At the end of the lessons, the student should be able to find the mean and variance for continuous random variables. Okay, so what is the expectations and variance for continuous random variables? Number one, the expectation or mean for x is given by the integral from negative infinity to infinity x times fx dx. Number two, if gx is a function of a continuous random variable x, then the expected value of gx is equals to integral from negative infinity to infinity gx times fx dx. Okay, so gx here you have to times the function fx dx. Number three, properties of expected values and variance. Number one, the expected value for any constant a equals to a. Expected value for ax is equals to a times ex. Expected value for a function ax plus or minus b is equals to, we have to bring out a times ex plus or minus b. Variance for any constant a is equals to 0. Variance for ax is equals to a squared variant x. Variance for ax plus or minus b is equals to a squared times variant x, where a and b are constants. Okay, let's continue with example 1. The continuous random variable x has probability density function fx, where fx is equals to x plus 3 over 20 for x more than or equal 0, less than or equal 4. Otherwise, the function is 0. Find a expected value for x, b expected value for x squared, c expected value for 2x plus 5, d expected value for x squared plus 2x minus 3, e variant x, and f 2 times variance 2x plus 5. How to solve the question? The question asks to find what is the expected value. The expected value for the continuous random variables, you need to integrate from negative infinity to infinity x times fx dx. So the function given is 1 over 20 at plus 3, only defined for the interval from 0 to 4. Otherwise, the function is 0. So we need to integrate from negative infinity to 0 x times 0, because the function here is 0. 0 dx plus, for the second interval here, you need to integrate from 0 to 4. Okay? So we need to integrate from 0 to 4 x times the function is 1 over 20 at plus 3 dx. And we continue to integrate from 4 to infinity, because we need to integrate from negative infinity to infinity. So from 4 to infinity, the function is 0. So x times 0 dx. Okay, so we have 3 intervals to be integrate here, but we only concentrate on the interval from 0 to 4 because the function only defined on this interval. For these two functions, from negative infinity to 0 and from 4 to infinity, the function is 0. Therefore, this for from negative infinity to 0, the function is 0 plus we need to bring 1 over 20 out, and we only concentrate to integrate the function x squared plus 3x from 0 to 4 dx plus from 4 to infinity, the function is 0. Therefore, 0 plus 1 over 20, integrate x squared, the answer is x cubed over 3, plus integrate 3x, the answer is 3x squared over 2. After we integrate from 0 to 4, we have to add 0 and we substitute the value of 4 into the function minus 0, then you will get the answer is 34 over 15. Okay, now we continue to find the expected value for x squared. The expected value for x squared is given as the integral from negative infinity to infinity x squared times fx dx. Our function is equals to 1 over 20 at plus 3 for x more than or equal 0, less than or equal 4. Otherwise, the function is 0. Therefore, we need to integrate from negative infinity to 0 x squared times the function is 0 dx plus from 0 to 4 x squared times fx. So the function from 0 to 4 is 1 over 20 at plus 3. Okay, 1 over 20 at plus 3 dx plus from 4 to infinity x squared times 0 because the function is 0. Therefore, the function is 0 from negative infinity to 0 plus we simplify by bring 1 over 20 out, and inside the integral we have integrate x squared times x, we get x cubed plus 3 times x, we have 3x squared dx plus 0. Integrate from 4 to infinity, 4 or 0 dx. Therefore, the equation become 1 over 20 integrate x cubed, we get x to the power of 4 over 4 plus 3x squared over 3, and we have x squared here, and we need to substitute the value from 0 to 4. After we substitute the value of 4 minus 0 times 1 over 20, and the answer is 32 over 5. Okay? What about 1C? Expected value for 2x plus 5. So by using the previous result and the formula, so we can bring 2 in front times ex plus expected value for 5. 2 times the value for expected value from A, we have 34 over 15 plus 5. Simplify, we will get 143 over 15. Next, we will find the expected value for x squared plus 2x minus 3. By using the properties, we have expected value for x squared plus 2 times expected value for x plus expected value for negative 3. Expected value for x squared from B, we have 32 over 5 plus 2 times 34 over 15 minus 3. Simplify, we will get 119 over 15. Okay, now we continue with 1e. Next, we will find the variance. The variance is given as expected value for x squared minus expected value for ex squared. Expected value for x squared is given as 32 over 5 minus expected value for x is 34 over 15. You need to square here. Simplify, you will get 284 over 225. And one solution for 1f. What is 2 times variant 2x plus 5? Therefore, 2 we have 2 times variant 2x plus variant 5. That is equals to 2 times, we have to bring 2 outside, so we have 2 squared times variant x plus variant 5. So we get 2 times 4 times 284 over 225 plus variant 5, variant constant is 0. We simplify to get 2272 over 225. Okay, now we continue with example 2. The continuous random variable x has probability density function fx, where fx is equals to px for x more than 0 and less than 1. For a second interval, the function is p over 4 for x more than 1, less than 3. Otherwise, the function is 0. Therefore, we want to find out what is A, the value for P, B, the expected value for X, C, the expected value for X squared, D, variant X, E, standard deviation of X, and F, the variance for 3 minus 2X. Okay, so now the question asks to find the value for P. To find the value for P, you need to use the properties, that is the integral from negative infinity to infinity fx dx is equals to 1. This is our function. Fx equals to px for x between 0 and 1. For x between 1 and 3, the function is p over 4, otherwise 0. So we need to divide into 4 interval here. The first interval is from negative infinity to 0, and the function is 0. Dx plus, we continue to integrate from 0 to 1, and the function is px dx plus the second interval, we continue to integrate from 1 to 3, and the function is p over 4 dx. Okay, I concentrate to integrate only on these two functions because on these two functions, the function is defined. Otherwise, the function is 0. Our last interval is 3 to infinity and the function is 0. Then we need to equals to 1. Simplify, we will get integrate px with respect to x. We have px squared over 2 from 0 to 1 plus integrate p over 4. We have px over 4 from 0 to 3 equals to 1. Now we substitute the value for 1 and 0. And we substitute the value for 3 minus 0 equals to 1. And we have the value for p is 1. We will use this value to continue to answer for the next part. Therefore, our function is x for x between 1 and 0, 0 and 1, 1 over 4 for x between 1 and 3, and 0 otherwise. For 2b, the question asks what is the expected value for x. So we will use our previous function that we have. Okay, this is a function. So we need to integrate from negative infinity to 0, x times 0 plus 0 to 1. The function is x times, the function is x plus 1 to 3. The function is 1 over 4, so you need to multiply with x plus 3 to infinity x times 0 dx. Simplify. For this one, you will have x, integrate x squared from 0 to 1 plus from 1 to 3, the function is x over 4 dx. Integrate x squared, we will have x cubed over 3 from 0 to 1 plus integrate x over 4, we have x cubed over x squared over 8 from 1 to 3. Then we substitute the value of 1 minus 0 plus we substitute the value of 3 and minus 1 over 8. We have 4 over 3. This is the value for expected value. Therefore, EX is equals to 4 over 3. Now we continue with 2C. What is the expected value for x squared? Therefore, we need to integrate from negative infinity to 0, x squared times 0. Integrate from 0 to 1, x squared times x dx. Continue from 1 to 3, x squared you need to times 1 over 4 dx. And last one, from 3 to infinity, x squared times 0. Simplify. From 0 to 1, you will have x squared times x. We have x cubed plus 1 over 4 I will bring in front, and inside the integral we have x squared. Simplify to integrate x squared. We have x to the power of 4 over 4 from 0 to 1 plus integrate x squared, we have x cubed over 4 with the constant 1 over 4 in front. From 1 to 3 plus 0. Substitute the value of 1 minus 0. Then you substitute the value of 3 minus 1 inside the function. And you have the expected value for x squared is 29 over 12. Okay? Now we continue 2D. Find the variance for x. The formula for variance is given as expected value for x squared minus expected value for x squared. From our previous result, we substitute expected value for x squared is 29 over 12 minus expected value for x is 4 over 3 squared. Simplify, you will get variance for x is 23 over 36. Okay, now we continue 2E. The question asks to find the standard deviation of x. The standard deviation is given as square root of variance x. Means you have to square root of 23 over 36 and the answer is 0.7993. Okay, and last one, 2F. What is the variance for 3 minus 2x? By using the properties, is equals to variance 3 plus variance negative 2x. Variance 3 is equals to 0. Variance negative 2x equals to negative 2 squared times variance x. Therefore, 4 times 23 over 36 and the answer is 23 over 9. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.